From the windswept Eurasian steppe, the Huns emerged a name whispered in fear long before Rome ever saw them. Their origins are mysterious, possibly linked to the Xiongnu who once threatened China. Absorbing other tribes as they moved west, the Huns became a new, terrifying force. Life on horseback made them masters of mobility and survival. They struck without warning, vanishing before Rome could respond. Roman writers described them as alien scarred faces, deformed skulls, and a nomadic lifestyle that shocked the empire. The Huns shattered the Alans, then the Goths, sending waves of refugees crashing into Roman borders. The storm of the steppe was coming, and Rome was unprepared. The Huns didn't just defeat enemies, they absorbed or scattered them, reshaping the map of Europe. Their westward push set the stage for a collision with Rome that would change history. Rome's first encounter with the Huns came through desperate refugees, the Goths, fleeing across the Danube in 376 AD. The Romans, hoping to use the Goths as a buffer, let them in, but mistreatment led to rebellion. The result, the catastrophic Battle of Adrianople, where Emperor Valens was killed and Rome's army destroyed. The Huns weren't in the battle, but their pressure set the crisis in motion. Rome's reliance on infantry was exposed. Cavalry now ruled the battlefield, and the Huns were its masters. In the aftermath, Rome hired Hunnic mercenaries, federati, to fight its wars, even as the Huns grew stronger. Generals like Flavius Attius learned Hunnic ways, using them as both allies and threats. But this uneasy partnership was dangerous. Rome was arming its future enemy. The Huns' loyalty was for sale, and their price kept rising. Rome's dependence on Hunnic power would soon come back to haunt them. The seeds of Rome's greatest threat were sown in these uneasy alliances. In 434 AD, Attila and his brother Bleda united the Huns, but Attila soon seized sole power. He transformed the Huns from mercenaries into an empire, ruling from the plains of Hungary. Attila saw Rome not as a partner, but as prey. His raids devastated the Eastern Roman Empire, forcing emperors to pay him vast tribute. Attila's leadership was legendary, ruthless, disciplined, and utterly focused on power. His warriors saw him as almost divine, and his enemies called him the Scourge of God. City after city fell to his armies, and Rome could only buy time with gold. Attila's demands grew with every treaty, draining the empire and fueling his war machine. Under his command, the Huns became the most feared force in the world. The balance of power in Europe had shifted. Attila was now its center. By the mid-5th century, Attila turned west, using a supposed marriage proposal from Honoria as his excuse to invade. In 451 AD, he led a massive army into Gaul, razing cities and spreading terror. At Orléans, Roman general Aetius rallied a coalition of Romans and Germanic tribes to resist. The armies clashed at the Catalaunian Plains, one of history's bloodiest battles. The Visigothic king fell, but his warriors broke the Hunnic lines. Attila was forced to retreat. Undeterred, Attila invaded Italy the next year, destroying Aquileia and threatening Rome itself. Panic swept the empire. The emperor fled. Pope Leo I met Attila and, whether by diplomacy, gold, or plague, Attila withdrew. Rome was spared, but only narrowly. Attila's invasions left devastation across Gaul and Italy. The Western Empire was now fatally weakened. The Huns had shown that even Rome could be brought to its knees. Attila's sudden death in 453 AD shattered the Hunnic Empire. His sons fought, and their Germanic subjects rebelled, defeating the Huns at the Battle of Nidau. The Huns vanished from history, but their impact was lasting. Their invasions had broken the Western Roman Empire's defenses, drained its treasury, and scattered its people. Within a generation, the Western Empire collapsed. Romulus Augustulus deposed in 476 AD. The Huns were a primary cause of Rome's fall, reshaping Europe's map. New kingdoms rose from the ruins: Franks, Goths, Vandals, foundations of medieval Europe. The Huns faded into legend, remembered as the storm that helped end Rome. Their legacy, the birth of a new world from the ashes of an empire.